Hi, my name is Todd Moulter, and I live in San Diego, California. I think the way that I would like to encourage you today is by letting you know that the story that God is writing, which is your story, is worth sharing. And if you have your Bibles, I'm just going to read briefly from Acts 26. Let me set the scene for us. Paul is standing before King Herod Agrippa because he believes in the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And he sees this as an opportunity to defend himself. Not so much. He sees it as an opportunity to share his story. And if you know anything about Paul's story, it's a story of corruption. He was corrupted by sin. It's a story of conversion. He came into a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And it's a story of commission. And Jesus met Paul on the road to Damascus, and he commissioned him. And I'd like to read for you how that commissioning went. It's Acts 26, starting in verse 16. Jesus says to Paul, now get up, or Saul at that point, now get up and stand on your feet. I've appeared to you to appoint you as a servant, as a witness of what you have seen and will see of me. I will rescue you from your own people and from the Gentiles. I am sending you to them to open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God, so that they may receive forgiveness of sins and a place among those who are sanctified by faith in me. Jesus says to Saul at that point, get up, because I've appeared to you, right, so that you might be a witness of what you have seen and heard of me. There's his call to action. There's his commissioning. He's been commissioned to go and to share his story as a servant. And that word servant literally means under rower. It's like the guys that are in the bottom of a boat and they're rowing. You are going to serve other people, Saul, by sharing your story. And I'm going to rescue you from your own people and from the Gentiles. In other words, you're going to need protection, and I'm going to provide protection for you. And I wonder if there were times where Paul, as he was being run out of town or stoned and left for near dead, if he was wondering, God, is this really the kind of protection that you promised me? But he was kept alive long enough to fulfill his commissioning. I will rescue you as you go out. I'm sending you, then Jesus says, to them. And the them is the Gentiles. Paul was a Jew. He was the Jew of Jews. Paul loved the Jews. In fact, Paul said this about his own people. He said, for I wish that I myself were cursed and cut off from Christ for the sake of my people, those of my own race, the people of Israel. So don't miss this. This is important. Paul loved the Jewish people, but he was sent to the Gentiles, to them. So I've got a question for us, or for you. Who's your them? Who are the people in your life that you need to learn to love? Who are the people on your campus that you need to learn to love? Who are the people in your community that you need to learn to love? God is probably going to send you to them. And Jesus says to Saul, I'm sending you to them to open their eyes, to turn them from the darkness to the light, from the power of Satan to God. That's our pre-Christian condition. That's our reality. We are in the dark. We are under the power of Satan. There are people around you who are in the dark, people around you who are under the power of Satan. I'm sending you to them, Jesus said to Saul, so that they will receive forgiveness of sins and a place among the sanctified by faith in me, so that they can receive a forgiveness that lasts a lifetime. My friends, everybody, every human being needs to hear this. So you and I, we've been commissioned to care about everybody's eternity. And we will share our story with some. And we might be called to come alongside others, because, let's finish where we started, the story God is writing, which is your story, is worth sharing.